Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader, and today we're doing a personal reading for a client that will represent the sign of Cancer. Please keep in mind that when it's a personal reading, it is for a particular energy, for a particular client. As always, my client remain private at all times, whether it is a consultation, a reading, or a ritual. As you already know, prior to the recording, I call onto the universe with the personal information of my clients. During the recording, there may be some silence. It is when I'm transcending to your spirit guides, so they can start passing on the messages that I need to pass on to you. When it comes to predictions, as you are very much so aware, certain predictions can come within the time frame that I give you, or it just depends on your alignment of adjustments of energy. It can come during the time that I give you or after. Okay, there are certain predictions that can and are allowed to change to an extent depending on your alignment of energy, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Okay, certain energies cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you and the people in question have to take in this earthly world. Having said that, I want to say thank you to you, my client that I'm reading for today. I appreciate your kindness, your words. They are healing to me because, again, it verifies to me what it is I do, why I do it, and why I love what I do, to help people like you. Okay, to help you, guide you in the best way that you can in this earthly world. I thank you very much for your loving words. They're very kind. But most importantly, I thank you because I'm so proud of how far you've come since I've known you, since I've been doing readings for you, even though we don't know each other in the physical form. But I know you in the spiritual form because when I read your energies. And as you have already also mentioned in reference to certain predictions that I gave you, have already been fruitful in this stage of time. And so therefore, we're going to look and see what else is there that I need to guide you in and advise you in. Do remember the advice that I gave you, or as always, to your best interest and higher being. But as well, you have your own saying at the end of the day, what directions you want to take when it comes to these predictions, and what directions do you want to align yourself with and change or stay as. Okay? So let's get started. First reading will be for you. I could also see any other energies that I can at this time, and especially the Capricorn in mind. And then we'll look at the Capricorn. Okay? So let's see. I'm just reading of the heaven shower me with the truth. What is it that I must need to know in reference to? Let I see. Look at the heavens and earth. Let I see. Okay. Ready. Take a deep breath if that is okay. Just close your eyes for a second and call out your name and the person in question for at least 3 to 2 times. And let's get started. This first spread, I will look at your energies, okay? Even though everything is mainly about the person in question, but I have to see your energy. And I want to thank you for the details that you've given me, even though I always go through the emails of the clients. If it is a reading that I do through the media, I always go back to the alignments, and I do always ask for the date of birth and so far, full names and so far. But if not, then I will go back to all the other readings or emails to figure it out myself. And of course, most of the time, just by looking at their names, I already know who it is that I am talking to. But as always, I appreciate the intel that you give me, because you are willing to have that energy open for me to freely read you and predict you precisely. And that's what I love. So I thank you for the intel details that you gave me. It is something that we already talked about, that it was already seen in your readings before. So, but a reminder, as you already know, I have a lot of clients. So thank you very, very much. Let's see. I do feel that this person's intentions, which we will look at more specifically in the next readings, um, his intentions are still to be in that bonding relationship, stabilize it, legalize it with you. I do see that. And I do see that because of your hurt and pains in the past, you're still having those doubts more than anything. And I feel that you feel that any day now he could possibly do this to you, and that is why it's holding you back in order to have that move forward. Okay. I do have to say though that the blockage that I'm sensing here from your end, it causes sometimes negative energy in our actions in this life. So um, if you are off and on thinking of the person that hurt you, um, why did I let it happen this long, or why did it happen to me? Um, it's causing chaos, and I know that it is something that you're not going to get over from one day to the next. It's going to take years, and you've come a tremendous way here in order to give yourself that chance to be in another relationship and give that person that chance. But you're still blocked because you're still not being fully active in that energy, because again you're afraid to get hurt. And the saddest thing is that in this world, since we're not in a perfect world, we're not in heaven, we're in between cycles. So it's going to be a yes and a no, and it's going to be ups and downs in every relationship, including in the best relationships. So unfortunately, you experienced that for quite a while in the past relationship. And it is hard to, as much as we want to say we're going to be truthful to you at all counts, there's always that negative energy that floats through in our surroundings. In other words, let's say that Capricorn here does intend to be faithful to you and stay with you till the ends of time. That is sincere knowledge, sincere desire to do so. But because we have negative energies in this world as well as we have good angels, and so far, there's going to be temptation in and out in our lives. So I feel that there will be temptations in his surroundings. Okay? Having said that, it does not mean that he will take into that temptation. So let's go on with the reading here. As we do the reading, I will continue to give you more insights. For now, I feel that he's maintaining certain environments toward the relationship toward you. He does, and he wants to be committed to you. He does and will continue, and hopefully he'll talk to someone that is siblings of yours and trying to see if they can convince you into wanting to take the chance and marry this person. I do feel that he desires to be your spouse. So within the conversation that you and him have, do not disclude not wanting to be married again. Okay, do not let that person, that sour apple, ruin the rest of the apples for you in the table. So I feel that in the near future you can be open to do so in having this dream. You have to take it in as you are now, one day at a time. And as you stay in with this person's energy, take it for what it is, as it is, when it is. So as the person is to you now, take it as that. Okay? Just enjoy those good moments that you're having with this person and embrace that that love, that nurturing that he gives you, and vice versa you give. Don't be afraid to show love to this person. Don't in other words, if you feel like caressing the person, do so, because what you do now, it's imprint of what it is that you're building. Okay, so if it were to last an endless time in this earth, then it will be perfect. And if it is not, at least you gave it your all in this time around. Okay, we don't want to put the blame on the new person for what the other person has done. That person should pay and will pay for all the deeds that they've done to you. And it goes always vice versa in that sense. Okay? So I love the way that you have incorporated that distance and then ready to move off to the next relationship, and that you place boundaries on yourself, and you're still a young person and a young soul, still learning. And you also have to understand, which I feel that we've talked about that before in the readings, that you also have to understand that we can go years with a relationship or partner and we still do not know each other. So that's something to embrace also. We're learning our ways, our path, as well as our own. So it can be a bit uh, a bit stressful at times, okay? Because your energy can be stressful toward the other person as well. So, having said that, let's go on with the protection here. So we see you with this person still within the home environment, but you are at distance, and I feel that the distance is spiritually toward this Capricorn. I feel that you care for this person, you have feelings for this person, but then you detach yourself because you don't want to fully be committed to this love. Okay? Being that this is your spread here, I feel that someone from the past does wants to reconnect here, and it even can be that person that hurt you before. He has been talking to someone that it's within your surroundings. It can be a family member of trying to find out things about you, and wanting to know how happy are you. Okay, obviously, like we said, karma always comes back. Okay, so here, what I sense here within your energies toward the Capricorn, it feels to me that you're frightened of whether or not he could be talking to someone. What happens here is when we predict certain energies, it's the energy that falls in toward the person, okay? So, for example, let's say someone comes and talks to you and flirt with you. It, depending on the intentions of that person, the energy might show here, but it can also be on your energy if you're willing to and accept to do so, okay? I feel that you're sensing, okay? And let me just say this, that as a Cancer, you can be intuitively. You can sense that others' energies. You can sense when someone can and is around you and your mate. Sometimes it can be too overwhelming. And especially I would say within this month, in April and last February, January, March, here in April, Cancer was very intuitiveness. You probably had dreams, sensation of certain things to be, certain things to come, especially in your love department. So you could have been sensing certain things like that, and we'll be going through in April, okay? When full moons are in, more so than anything. So I feel that this has been going on quite a bit here, and you're sensing of whether or not he does seems to communicate with a lot of females, but I feel that this could also be related to work. Do keep in mind that in toward the fact of what he does, that would entail that a lot of women will hit on this person, and will use their physical form and body to want to up their personal gains. Okay, so he is already used to this. He knows that these women come in and offer themselves. He had a style of living before you that was very tumultuous, very sexually active, overactive in different ways, and so far. So he has changed somewhat in perspective to that. But due to the type of work, there's still that energy of certain females that come on to him in that aspect, okay? It's almost like it's given, the type of work that he does. It's almost like a given kind of thing, they kind of but to him, I feel that it's wearing out. It's become old now, and old probably because he's maturing a bit more, and maybe because he wants family. And in the type of work that he does, he's not going to get there that much, is it, with this female? But I do feel that there is a female around him that the intentions are to have something with him later on in this year. It can be because she's using that to hopefully get, higher in whatever it is her goals is. Okay, I don't feel that it's something that it's pertaining to him in particularly. But I feel that he shuts that off. Okay, he tells you just about everything, true, but there are things that he will leave out just because it's meaningless to him. It doesn't mean anything. He just finds it like, how can I put it? Oh, here goes another female, trying to do this and trying to do that. I'm over that. That used to be me, but not anymore. Something to that extent is what I'm sensing here from him. Now, there is a theme. Well, you know what, we'll look at him more particularly, because the fact that it's your energy, I feel that you're afraid of this to be happening, or that can happen. Okay. So he does talk with his family quite a bit. There's a female here, a couple, it's a married couple, it's a family member that he talks quite a lot about you. So he probably says, mom, so and so, oh, she's such a kind woman, and she is nurturing, and I feel that all the things that this person's been through, I know that eventually I'll get through this, and we can be better and happier and so far. Okay, so I feel that he's very close to a family member, can be his mother, that he tells quite a bit about you. Okay. Also here, what I will tell you is this: it's awesome that you want to be independent and not depend on someone's income. And I am so proud of you, because that is also one of the things that when you are in, per se, when you are in a relationship of someone that wants to take over you and control you, those are one of the forms that they want to control you by their income, by your allowance and so forth. So the fact that you learn from that experience, now you're very assured about how you want to handle such relationships, but be very cautious as well. Don't be overburden the relationship and the person. Okay, I would also tell you this and advise you this, that it's fine if you, let's say for example, if you want to do your bills and I do my bills, and your money it's your money, my money is my money, fine. But I will also say this, that don't if the person offers you the money, take it. And what you do with that money is you open a savings or an account that can be jointly together or separate, but you put that money and you save it. Okay, don't just take it. Let me just say this, because when you live with someone or you're married to someone, if you end up yours is yours, is mine is mine, you are already building a division between that relationship. Okay, I feel that it should be all in one. I understandingly so, a lot of people don't do that. But also, you don't want just one person doing everything, unless that's just truly how the environment is. And you can still have a good relationship. But you don't want just one person taking over and saying, I'll pay the bills and I do this and I do that. Because then that it leads to control the relationship also in the partner, right? It normally does. It also means, and females do that too, believe it or not. Females want to have every penny that the man makes and pay all the bills and do everything. Why? Because they feel that if they control their money, they will control the fact of their cheating. And that's also another way of being obsessive of their partner. So it's not a free will. It's not a good relationship. So I would advise that, if let's say if he offers you money and you want to go half and half, fine. But if he still offers you money, you take that money and you say, you know what, with this money, I will open an account and I will put it into the savings for us. Us means you, him, children, whoever, us, for emergency, us. You take it, okay? Because that means he will feel more responsible, that he's doing everything to take care of you one way or the other. And as they take care of you in the sexual way, in the caressing way and so far, it's fine and perfect. But they also have to take care of you here and there and there. It's not in just one way, as you already been through experience before, marriage before. So you know what was missing in that relationship and what it did not serve you. So you're already more aligned to this one. And the good thing is that it was a hard lesson from the past, that this one will be more focused into what needs to be to fix it, to save it, to keep it. Okay? That's awesome. But this person does not really know all these things, because he's never been in such manageable relationship as you. So he's in it because he already knows what he wants, but he's also in it because, to be honest, he wants family. He wants children. He would like to be a father to you, right? And I feel that even though he has kids elsewhere, and he still talks to those females, the parent of those kids, he still wants the one-on-one in home and so far. So he still needs that environment. I want to be settled in. Okay. Capricorns intend to want to stay in relationships. Once they call it a relationship, it is to stay, it is to work it out, it is to build a relationship. So he can be a keeper. He can be. The fact that you hold off on certain things, and you know what I mean, it tells him that you're in it for the long haul. And so therefore he's going to do just about what you're asking him to do, to keep it that way. Because he knows that you will be a faithful partner and you will stay in that relationship. Okay. Now, you going to therapy, it is a wonderful thing because you need that healing. Okay. And I'm glad that you are. Also, what I would suggest is bring it up to your therapist of what this person is asking to join in. I don't think that you're necessarily ready to bring this person into therapy yet. You're not ready. I don't sense it that you are. I feel that you still need to work on you first and continue at least for maximize a year, into therapy, and step in one step at a time. Okay. When you're ready, it would be suggested that you bring that partner to you, to the therapy, so you can now both work as a couple together, because he also has issues, but as a man, they don't consider that an issue. They consider just moving forward, moving next, right? But it would help because that way you kind of learn each other, express each other, communicate each other. It is the key to every relationship, to keep an open communication and understand each other, and find the right moment, the right tone when you want to talk and convey something that is important to the relationship with your partner. Always keep in mind that. And there might be times, if it hasn't been, there will be times that you're going to want to check on his surroundings, check on the car, check on the phone, check on this, check on that. It is normal. It's going to happen. You've been through such drama that it will continue to happen for quite a bit. But you want to keep it at bay. If and when you do that, you want to keep it at bay, only because the partner would eventually get tired of those things. Or they might say, well, if the person is already checking on this, and then I might as well just go ahead and do it. So you need to be quite aware of these things. Okay. Even though he's being an open book to you now, there might be that chance where he might hesitate. So just be very, very meticulous when you do those things. Okay. So now let's see. I wanted to say something else here, but let me see here. I do feel that you are a very attractive woman. I feel that you have a sense of beauty within you. You have a sense of belonging in wanting to belong within you. And that is very attractive and very appealing. As a Cancer person, I feel that your other signs are reflecting more right now in this energy. I feel that the earth is coming out of you more. Whatever it's in your chart that is earth is coming out to be more responsible, more firm, and more planned out and more focused. And that's very good, because Cancer can go to a sour side, where they drain their heart and soul, and where they can become very extremely depressive. And I feel that that was you at one point before. And so now it's almost like you see the light of the tunnel, and you're climbing out of it still. And sometimes you probably have flashbacks, maybe even nightmares of what the past was, and so forth. And so, but I feel that you're taking that control. You're taking that, and you're saying, no more. I am not a victim. I don't give a coop of who says what. I am not gonna put a victim sticker on my shoulder. I am not. I'm a person that survives. I'm a person that thrives, and I'm a person that succeeds. And yes, you are. We all are. We have to analyze the situation and say, well, I've been through it. I learned from it. But fuck this shit. I'm done, and I'm moving on. And pick up and don't look back. And so we can say that easy, but it's not easy to be done, right? So focus on the set goal. The set goal is to move forward. Every time you fall back to what it was, you turn around and say, that's it. No, let me realign myself and let me refocus. So because I do sense that there is some type of blockage that is coming still within you. You're still frightened to give and to let go and to accept and to move forth. You charge yourself forward, but then something happens that you charge yourself back 2 steps. So we're in and out, in and out. What you might need would be a healing spiritual cleansing here. It's a self-cleansing and then a spiritual cleansing as well. You might need those things due to the drama that you have from the past, and you're still collecting that negative energy. That will help you detach from that and let the universe help you within that to move forth and let go, right? And to embrace what's coming in, to embrace it. And so we'll talk about that later, but there might be other things that you might desire to do here, including to heal it, because you came in with negative energy into this relationship toward the Capricorn. So you also will need some type of healing toward that relationship between you and the Capricorn. So not only do you have that physical bond with this person, but you can also have that spiritual bond within this person, to be cleansed and to be purified and have it fresh, renewed. Okay? It's never too late. As long as you are aware what the steps is that you're needing and find path toward that situation. And you shall be fine. Believe me. You shall be fine. Know that if you took your time to get into this relationship with this person, then that means you got where you wanted it when you wanted it. When we rush into relationships, it from one bad to relationship to the next, right off the bat, is when it becomes hard to survive the next relationship, because we end up in it in a rebound situation, and so therefore it becomes a rebound relationship, right? But I feel you took your time to be in this relationship, so that helps you to be more focused into this new Capricorn, right? I feel that this person that hurt you in the past, he would end up in relationships that are going to be sour, because he got used to being who he was with you, and he got used to taking charge and discipline however way he disciplined the relationship with you, right? So he has that habit, and he takes it over to his other relationships. This person will have someone in his life that will not take bullshit from him. That other person will not take anything from him, and including might even file charges on him eventually in the near future. This person is not going to easily be satisfied and happy with whoever he is. And he is always going to wonder what you're doing, how you're doing, who you're doing, even though he's aware of who it is and who you're with, I feel. But he still feels that he has some type of attachment toward you, and he will have in the near future some regrets of doing the things that he did with you. Okay? Let's see. So now we're going to look at the Capricorn's specific energy, okay, toward the questions that you had, and let's see what else the universe wants to say here. Let's see. Just the universe and the heaven show me the truth and the truth. What is it that I need to angels of the universe and the heaven show me the truth and the truth. Okay, let's do this. When it's clear energy, angels of the universe and the heaven show me the truth and the truth. Thank you. Let I see. Okay. Now that you've taken the time to speak your mind, keep your honesty, keep the communication with this person. And I would also suggest this. I would suggest that the fact that now you're being open, you're letting him know what needs to be done, what needs to be changed, adjust in the relationship, it's the perfect time to do so, okay? Normally, I would say do so before moving in together and so far, but you still have that window opening, okay? So now you can say, let's talk about the things that we like, the things that we need to change, that, and you know, vice versa of yours and mine, and so far, and work on that. If it can stay for 3 months straight, the changes that you want to make, the improvement that you need in relationship, and also the things that he does for you, if it maintains for more than 3 months, then he has already aligned to those changes, okay? I feel that he has changed a little bit, but that would be my suggestion. And if he does, then I feel that you can at least move to the next step. Engaged. Stay engaged for another year, okay? Or 6 months, it's up to you. I feel that there is a female in his past. I'm not sure if this woman was married or divorced. I see a divorce happening here with someone that he known in the past. There is a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, or rising female that is close to him. Now let's see, where is that leading to? Yes.